What happened?
After you're done with the video.
All right, welcome back. Making this video, it's gonna be a little different. There's gonna be no fishing involved. I had to come out here to California to visit my family for Christmas. We usually do it a week before because being in healthcare, it's kind of hard to get Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off. So I always usually just work it, and my lady works it. So we come out the week before, exchange gifts, and so I'm out here. But I'm supposed to go to, I think it's Buena Park, to meet up with Nick from the Cast and Crank podcast. I'm gonna reshoot an episode. We had some technical difficulties on my last episode. So I'm gonna go out there, meet up with him. And he said we can do a little tour. He just got his studio finished. So I wanna go out there, shoot a little video of the tour. And that's what this video is gonna be about. Currently, I'm in Anaheim. I stopped real quick, meeting up with Ben from Lowdown Customs. We met up at this, I think it's called Sauced. We're gonna have some barbecue and throw some axes. He's pretty camera shy, but hopefully he'll let me get some of this stuff on camera. You know, out here in California, it's kind of weird. Gotta wear my mask and all that kind of stuff. But other than that, hopefully I get a good video and we get to hang out with Ben and Nick from Cast and Crank podcast. As always, stay tuned.
Our spotty tournament starting. Our tournament series starts January, so it's all calico and spotties. I'm using Aircross, Hi-Tex, you know, and then my shit that I'm using for. And this is all spotty stuff. Alright, this is all the stuff we got from the money from the raffle, from the toy drive, from the online one as well, and it's 20 M1s. They're like spinning rods, like for boat rods, like a half day or something. And then there were some kids that actually fished the lake, so we got them some drop shot rods. And then each one of these is going to be filled with like a half day boat deal. And then we have 2 bait casters in there where there's a couple kids that actually fish the lakes a lot. So we're going to do them up with like Optimums to give stuff to Miki, and they'll have a special rod kit just for those kids. So it's cool.
What kind of reels are those over there?
So we got the Sedonas, the all Shimano, and then the Pens, and it was all because of Save on Tackle and Performance and Alley Fishing Alliance. So it's kind of cool. All right.
So what is this? The front door?
This is the nasty room. All right, this side of the studio is my wife does hair, like for family and stuff, and this is where we make love in here. This is the nicer part of the
wow.
studio.
All fancy.
All the magic happens. All the wires are everywhere from the toy drive still because I'm barely putting crap back. But this is it. So I can break down kind of what's what. Man, this will be crazy. This is like Cribs, bro.
Yeah, MTV Cribs,
yeah,
man. Where's the golden toilet seat?
Not yet.
Not yet.
So stoked on these. These were this is the most expensive stand I've ever bought. It's like $500 a stand. But the cool thing is they stay out of the video shop.
Oh,
so usually the stands are in your face. These stay down, and they're the Joe Rogans.
Oh, yeah.
So I bought, this is my mic, it's a Sennheiser E421, and then I got the bad boys over here, the SM7s, the same as everyone uses, Rogan, all the big podcast builder. Then I got the Pro Tools going. I got the Sony A6100 and the 6300 as my cameras for filming. And then the Wall of Shame. There's a lot of idiots you've probably seen on there before. chains coming on pretty soon.
So wait, who do you got on that wall over? Is this your?
This wall isn't it's not like, it's pretty much either buddies or people that have helped support the podcast.
This is in your wall of fame.
Yeah, wall of fame.
So who do you got on there?
I got Chris Purcell, Fred Clinshaw, Joe Gaeta from Performance, Big Rob, and Shane. They're killer striper guys. Gilbert, big supporter of the podcast, huge. My buddy Paul, he just was actually on the SU page. He caught that 22 striper.
Yeah.
My buddy Shahab, he's the worst piece of shit ever. Cody, he's been on the podcast. Code Green, the Goat, Butch. My buddy Mike Pearl, Pearl Swim Baits, Rago, the Big Dicker himself, Bass Jack. I put myself on there on one picture. Me and my buddy Joe, because he just Cast and Blast. Hopefully he'll actually do a full podcast pretty fucking soon. You know him, Matt Purcell. Look at this guy, piece of shit, Gale. That's Gale, guys. If you don't know who that is, his name's Gale, and he's very cute, and he wears cute little boots and little striped pants.
I don't know if I could put that in the video, man.
That's Wes from one captain, one downer is he's the bike. He's one of the captains, and then Caesar and my son. I'm like happy about it, like a little kid. He'll do this one, that one, strip club one. All these are strip club ones when the Viking comes in here, huh?
Let's talk about this Margarita
Mutilator
sign.
So it started with Bobby Martinez. He couldn't say Margarita Mutilator drunk. So I made a sign and I started making everyone do it. And then we did a podcast up north with Caesar, and same thing with Caesar. I'm like, say Margarita Mutilator. He's like, I say that fucking Margarita Mushmouth, you know. I'm like, all right. So then I had the 100th episode. I was trying to get everyone to say it, and they couldn't say it. I'm like, I gotta get a fucking sign. It's cool.
What video setup do you got there?
I have I think it's a 6100 on me, and then on you, it's a 6300. I gotta zoom it in now. I have to do it every fucking time. That's the thing that kills me, dude. You learn about video. It's like, first I bought a DSLR. I bought these at Canon. I think it's an M or EOS or something. I'm not sure what it is. M100. Cool. But I didn't know DSLR stopped at 29 minutes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah, so I had to buy those. Then I had to put different firmware on it to make it record non-stop, 24/7.
How long did it take you to build this studio?
Maybe about a month and a half. But I had help from my buddy Phil and my buddy Whack. Like, it was a lot. And then the finishing touches just happened when we did the piece on the wall. So
let's talk about the main piece, the branding, casting, crank. That's so dope, man. All this graffiti.
yeah,
Who did that?
It's Kyle Gooniewolf. He started with our first design was before, if you didn't know, for the first about 30 episodes I had a co-host. It was Justin McTeer, Ninja 1980. He does a lot of cool artwork as well. He's a tattoo artist. He did the first logo, and then I saw this and everybody loved this logo. So I said, let's change it. So Goonie's done every shirt that we've done, minus the first thing. So the first Cast and Crank shirt, the colored calico one, and then he did this one. So he's been a big help to the podcast, and it was cool actually putting the face to the person when I met him at Toxic Day. Like I didn't know who he was, and he's like, "Hey, dickhead." I'm like, "Who's this guy? He looks like a fucking white rapper with a gold tooth and shit, you know?" And he's like, "It's me, Goonie." I'm like, "Oh shit," you know? It's like cool meeting people in person. And once we met, we hit it off, dude. And I think I'm gonna actually fly him back down to do his podcast because we didn't have time.
How many episodes do you have total right now?
Right now, I just hit 220.
And you do all types of fishermen, right?
I try to. So it's a lot of swim bait because I get along with the swim bait guys. So I meet a lot of swim bait guys, so it just keeps expanding. But I mean, I try to do tournament guys more. Calico fishing is what I do, so I interview a lot of calico.
So saltwater, tournament bass fishing, largemouth.
I'm trying to work on trout more, and more fly guys. I'm trying to get everything, even spear. But it's I'd rather keep it like an actual full fishing podcast with a emphasis on freshwater, probably swim bait and calico. Those are my two things. So it's like
one of your last episodes was a big striper guy, right?
Yes, and they're swim bait guys as well, GSJ. So he holds the world record, I think, for freshwater striper.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
So Yeah, it's getting back on track now that the toy drive's over. It's kind of cool, so I'm stoked.
So talk about your toy drive. What kind of, you just gathered a bunch of toys, and what was the requirements?
So when we did the toy drive, Caesar and my wife kind of put it in my head. So first, Caesar goes, "Hey, let's don't stop with the Toxic Day." It was awesome. Toxic Day was amazing. I said, okay. So I told my wife about it. She goes, "Do a toy drive." I said, "Okay, cool." So we did the toy drive. It was just bring one toy in, and it gets you into the event. And then Gus did his own raffle for Piz, where if you bought a toy over $25, you'd win something. And then also we did a raffle with big companies like DRT, Summit Underground, Lateral Vision, everyone that was there, UFO. So they gave baits, we raffled them off. So we were able to raise 780 toys, and then another $7,000 on top of that.
You guys made the news too. I saw that.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
Yeah,
pretty
crazy, it was weird. It was super weird. I was like, it was weird because they're doing time and cut, and I'm like, everyone goes, "How hard is it for you not to say fuck?" And I'm like, "Come on, it's fucking easy, bro." But I mean, it was really cool, and it was. I talked to the CHP guys that do chips for kids, and I'm like, I'd like to maybe do next year, but I want to see it happen. Like, I want to see these kids get the toys. Because I mean, that'd be gratifying to me. It's like see some kid be stoked out on toys. So the cool thing to me is going to be able to give these kids their rods and reels. We bought them all new stuff.
Are you going to do an event when you give it to them? Are you going to take them fishing?
I think I'm just going to give it to them because I want to do. But dude, that toy drive took everything out of me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so tired, and I want to get back on the episodes. Like having you down. I have next week. I have Shane Morgan. I have Cody Spence. Like some saltwater guys, so I'm just trying to get back on it. Yeah.
So tell them where they can find you at on social media. What's your handle?
It's going to be Cast and Crane Podcast on Instagram, just at Cast and Crane Podcast. You can find us on all podcast platforms, so it'd be Spotify, Stitcher, Waypoint TV, Apple, and YouTube will be back up. So this is kind of what we're doing right now. I'm trying to get back into YouTube and film. I like to put out the best quality I can, so I wasn't able to do that previously. I feel like I'm pretty close to doing it now, so
cool, man.
I'm stoked.
Thanks.
Yeah.